is for the performance, for a car this low, I don't think you can get much better. The mag ride is amazing. Definitely not a reason to not daily the car, because you'll be totally comfortable. I'm sitting here in traffic right now. This road is not perfect, but it's flowing over it fine, and I'm, you know, not complaining at all. So ride quality is definitely there. It's definitely, I give it like an 8 or a 7. You know, S-Class and things of that nature is obviously going to be better. You know, Bentleys and crap like that. It's not that level, but that's not what you want out of your Z06 anyway. So whatever. Now, while the ride quality is good, I've been pleasantly surprised that the ride height is perfect. Even though it sits really low, I haven't scraped on hardly anything. If you're pretty careful, you won't scrape. Now, my car is on the stock setting, on the highest setting from the bolts. You know, you can lower the bolts a little bit on the stock bolts. Mine is still at the stock highest setting, so I'm not sure how it's going to affect it if I lower it, or when I lower it, because I'm going to do that. I might scrape then. Also, I don't have any of the aero on the front, so I do plan on doing that eventually as well. Maybe, I don't know, I feel like the car doesn't quite need it. I don't know, y'all comment on that. Comment below, let me know if you think I need the winglets and the front aero kit on the front. It does look pretty cool, but it's not necessary, I think. I don't know, y'all weigh in on that. But I don't have that, and so as it is stock height and no stage 1 aero, it doesn't scrape on hardly anything. Speed bumps are fine, which is surprising because the car looks really low. It looks really, really low, but I think they did a perfect job with that. I'm sure there was some science behind that, because it's too perfect how low it almost sits, but it doesn't quite scrape. That's kind of perfect, so kudos to that. So you won't have to worry about that if you're just gonna, you know, get one and keep it pretty much stock. You can ride out in your Z and not have to worry about stock, you know, scraping on stuff. Now, next thing I want to talk about is just the interior. Mine is kind of dirty right now. I got random crap in it, but it's a nice place to be when you're on your way to work, when you're, you know, doing whatever in the cold. Okay, first of all, let me talk about this, because this is my favorite feature of living with a Z. It is cold as crap in Georgia. Now, if you live in Florida or somewhere where it's not cold a lot, Cali, maybe, this won't affect you so much. It's still cool because it can do the opposite. So it can turn on the air too, so it helps. But like lately here in Georgia, it's been like 15 degrees. It's been super cold. The fact that I can use the My Chevy app and start up the car, not only from a distance, because keep in mind, a lot of cars have it where you can start it up from the key fob, but that would require you getting pretty close to the car and walking outside, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that I can literally be on the 6th floor at work and start my car at the bottom of the parking deck and have it warming up, that's just amazing. And that really, really is a nice creature comfort that I find myself missing when I'm not in it. Like when we're driving my wife's car, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go outside, actually get in the car, warm it up, come back. You know what I'm saying? So that just, if you're living anywhere where it gets cold, that feature is amazing. So, you know, if you're thinking about getting a Z, that's a great feature. I don't think you can do that if you have a manual though, just food for thought. It's only automatics that can do that. Also, the reverse of that, if it's hot, there were a few days it was hot. It's been mostly cold since I got the car. I haven't had it long. Only like 4,000 miles on it. I got it in October, so not a lot of hot days. But you can also warm it up and have the air blowing. So also, if you live in somewhere where it's hot, you can do the opposite. So great feature to have. I love it personally. That's one of my favorite things, most favorite things about the Z. Also on the interior, you know, just everything, it feels all right. It's a nice place to be. Your radio, that's something pretty important. You know, when you're living with your Z, you want to have some nice tunes when you're not getting on it and listening to the V8. And they sound pretty good. I just have the bass Bose, and it's plenty for what it is. It's not the greatest sound system in the world. It's not gonna blow you away, but it sounds decent. I literally never sit here and complain like, I wish I had more bass. I wish, it's fine. I mean, if you want I haven't listened to the upgraded one actually, because car audio wasn't a big thing for me, because I knew I was gonna just upgrade it, everything, if I was gonna go that route and wanted really good audio. And I knew I was gonna be listening to the exhaust mostly, so I just got the bass one. I haven't even heard the upper level one. So if anybody,
there's a 12-minute slowdown on I-285 south in 0.75 miles.
Okay.
You are still on the best route.
Oh, next we gotta talk about gas mileage. So living with your Z, doesn't get good gas mileage. It's not bad. It's not as bad as like old ones if you don't beat up on it. Like when I drive it to work, because I don't live far from work. I live maybe like 6 miles from work. So when you have it in eco mode and you take it pretty easy, you can get decent gas mileage. I mean, maybe like 20, I would say, especially in the city. I mean, if you stay off of it, you can get like 20, and on the highway, I've seen it say, you know, as high as like 25, 26. So it can get good gas mileage. Now, will you? Probably not, because you're gonna want to be on it all the time. So if you're on it, then it's not gonna be good at all. I think I can get over here. It's not gonna be good at all. I would say I've seen 7. I've seen it get really low, so it can be bad. So it's very dependent on your driving style, but even optimistically, I am at the gas tank a bit more than I was in the Audi, which was a V6, obviously. Much smaller engine. The engine's twice the size of the Audi engine, so of course, and then it's got a supercharger on top. So obviously it's going to be in the gas station more, but it's not bad. Like if you get one of these cars, like I say, if you're just reasonably easygoing with it and you're not on it all the time, I think you'll be happy with it, especially what you get with the performance. You know, at any moment you can step on it if you want to. I can't complain too much about the gas mileage, but just be aware that it's not the greatest, and if you are concerned with gas mileage, this isn't the car for you, because yeah, while you are getting 20, if you get a Civic or a Prius, you can get like 40 or 50. So if that's a big concern to you, then do not get this car. Go get a Civic. So that's my thing on that, but it's not bad living with it. The tank's pretty big. It takes about, I don't know how much gas is where you live. Here gas is like $3 or something, I think. So it takes like $55 to fill it up. Something else that you have to worry about when you're living with the car, especially depending on what age you are, the younger you are, I feel like this is going to be worse. Also, I think if you're a woman, people would notice a lot. But people are going to look in this car. And I was not prepared for how much. Because being a car guy, to me, you know, this is just a vet. I mean, it's cool. I definitely look and notice them too, but I wasn't quite prepared for, you know, how much people were gonna look. Also, I noticed cops always look and slow down and kind of get behind me, but you know, I always see them first. So you know, and I'm mostly chilling in this car, so it hadn't even mattered yet. But definitely, it's gonna get more attention than you probably think it would, and especially if you live in a rural area, because when I go back home, it's way worse. I live in a big city, Atlanta, so a lot of people have nice cars, so you know. But if you live in like a country area or somewhere where people don't have a lot of nice cars, then it's definitely gonna, especially the Z06. I mean, like I say, even normal people know something is up with the Z06. They're like, something is up with this car. It's not a regular base degree. So be prepared for that. I had to get the windows tinted, you know, just to add a little mystique to it. But yes, people are going to look. So if that's something that you like, go for it. If you don't, maybe get like a C63 or something a little bit more toned down. You know what I mean? I don't know. Going back to the interior, the one thing I don't like about this car is the scale of the air and heat is kind of weird. And what I mean by that is, if I turn the temperature to like 70, it's still hot as crap. And then if I turn it to 69, it'll get like way cooler. I'm like, there's no way 1 degree is that much cooler. And then won't much change, like 68, 67, 66, 65, like won't much change, and then suddenly when you get to 62, it'll get way cooler. And I don't know, I just think that's kind of weird. I don't like that. I wish there was more controllability on the air and the heat there. But I think that's pretty much the major things. I mean, we've talked about the comfort of the inside, the gas mileage, you know, people's reactions and what you might have to deal with, and you know, going over speed bumps. That's pretty much. I will say driveways will get you, but I'm sure y'all already knew that. Be careful with the driveways. Be careful in the snow also. But you know, there's a whole video on that. Go watch the snow video if you want to know how it is driving in the snow. But that's not an everyday occurrence here, so it's whatever. I will say driving it in the cold, it has been cold every day, and as we know, the tires do the clicking thing when they're cold, and it's really bad the colder it is. Like when it's 15 degrees, the ride's kind of rough until they warm up. So sports. I don't know about the Cup 2s. Y'all let me know below if you have Cup 2s in the cold. Sounds like a horrible idea, but I don't know, somebody might be doing it. If you're doing it, let us know how that goes. But that's pretty much it. I mean, you can definitely daily drive it. I'll put it like that. You can definitely daily drive this car as long as the weather suffices. As long as you live somewhere it's not snowing all the time, you'll be fine. You can definitely daily drive this car. Also, I love the little screen you can push down. I know y'all know what y'all talking about. The Z7s have a screen to push down. That's just awesome. I put stuff in there all the time. So, but yeah, that's it for this video. If you all have any questions about living with Z that I didn't answer in the video, comment them below. I will make sure to get to them and answer. Also, I'm gonna ask y'all this. Hey, what videos do y'all want to see about the Z that I haven't done yet? Because I've kind of done everything. I've done a review, 5 things I hate, 5 things I love is coming out soon, if it's not already up before this. Insurance, you know, I've done a lot, so just let me know, what do you all want to see? Maybe exhaust video, I'm sure that's probably coming. But what more things do y'all want to see about the Z? Let me know, give me some ideas of a video